What do you guys think of the Dr. Evil Verizon wireless commercials? Pretty funny, aren't they? I can't believe that Dr. Evil is appearing in commercials this time of year. Do you remember a couple of years ago when he appeared in the General Motors commercials? And he's the villain? Isn't Dr. Evil the good guy in Goldmember? Remember the ending of the film, how Dr. Evil discovered he's the brother of Austin Powers and he's the good guy? Now he's the bad guy again. Kind of weird, isn't it? I've heard that Minions is going to come out this year. It's about the servants of evil villains, and they're kind of like likable characters. Can you imagine if Minions worked for Dr. Evil? They should have a Minions commercial with Dr. Evil as their boss, where Dr. Evil gives the Minions an assignment, and the Minions think that his plans are ridiculous. Actually, Dr. Evil will be a really good boss towards the Minions, don't you think? It's kind of interesting that Dr. Evil existed before Minions existed. It was kind of like the Despicable Me movies of my day. Goldmember came out back when I was in elementary school, but it's not really a movie for little kids. It's kind of for teenagers and grown-ups because of the jokes. When I first saw the Austin Powers movies, I never listened to some of the jokes or the dialogue in the film. I kind of liked the art design and the costume design of Dr. Evil. I thought he was actually pretty cool. Scary fella, but he's pretty cool. It's kind of funny that one of his servants are like police officers with machine guns. They should look like criminals. Well, I don't know. They really make no sense to me as a kid. I thought I'd be watching good films back in those days. What movies were good back in 2002? Good question. Spider-Man 2 is kind of like an okay film. It's fun though, it has good action. The city setting is kind of boring though. New York City, of course. And in the commercial, they said somewhere outside of Las Vegas. Dr. Evil in Las Vegas? That doesn't make any sense. What's he doing over there in Vegas anyways? Is he, a nuclear engineer or something? Is he working for Nellis Air Force Base? Is he working for, what's Dr. Evil doing? Well, it's a movie about a British secret agent, and Dr. Evil is assigned to go to Las Vegas. Well, is he an American? Because he has an American accent. Actually, Dr. Evil is Canadian because the actor who played Dr. Evil is from Canada. Kind of confusing that Canadians sound like Americans, don't you think? And then there's a British secret agent going to Las Vegas to intercept Dr. Evil. Doesn't Las Vegas have CIA agents or federal agents to intercept him? Las Vegas has a Metro Police, for God's sakes. The LVMPD. They're kind of like a mixture between the Las Vegas Police Department and the Sheriff's Department. Hopefully these guys will arrest Dr. Evil. Maybe they're like, we can't arrest him. He looks like a police officer. But he doesn't have a badge. He doesn't need a badge. You can recognize him by his uniform. Kind of like firefighters or soldiers. You might recognize him by their new uniforms. They don't need badges. I think you're right about that. Can you imagine if Dr. Evil would be stationed in Good Springs, Nevada? Good Springs is a very famous rural town around the Clark County area in Las Vegas. Well, yeah, that's a famous town outside of Las Vegas is Good Springs. It's one of the oldest towns in the county. They have one of the oldest buildings in the county, too. The town of Good Springs does have a fire department, but there's no hospitals. There's no police department either. They have a fire department, though, but there's no cops patrolling Good Springs. So imagine Dr. Evil stationed in Good Springs. He could be the town's mayor, or he could be the town's sheriff. Who knows? He doesn't look like a criminal. He looks like a policeman, according to his uniform. I think Good Springs feel like, you could be the town sheriff and mayor. We like you, even though you're a bad guy, but you could become the mayor of Good Springs because we have no government. You're welcome to become the leader of our town. And Dr. Evil's like, great, I'm going to turn the town of Good Springs into an evil facility with lots of evil henchmen to fight Austin Powers. And the town of Good Springs people will be like, who's Austin Powers? And Dr. Evil explains to him he's a secret agent and shows a picture of him. And the townspeople are like, he kind of looks like Beethoven or Mozart with glasses on. Where's his wig? He looks like a moron. And the Good Springs people do accept Dr. Evil because Austin Powers kind of looks like a moron. Austin Powers would be like, situation's bad. He has taken over Good Springs, but that's not my town. That's America. I'm a British citizen. And the King of England or something like that, or the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom will be like, we're not going to send secret agents to liberate Good Springs from Dr. Evil to apprehend him. America can send secret agents to arrest him because Goodsprings is American territory. Maybe Dr. Evil will install like a cell phone company in the town of Goodsprings, employing the townspeople to become like technicians for develop cell phones. Oh yeah, have you ever heard that catch the jingle of the Verizon Wires commercial where Dr. Evil starts saying, "Can you hear me now?" That was the jingle from the old commercials. Remember that catchphrase when that guy with the glasses with that flip phone who starts saying, "Can you hear me now?" And then he starts saying, "Good. Where's the guy with the glasses?" That would be kind of cool. Instead of Dr. Evil saying, "Can you hear me now?" I haven't seen a Verizon Wires commercial in a really long time. They were very popular back when I was a kid. They used to look different compared to today. We never had smartphones back then. We had flip phones. That's the only thing I like about, that's the only thing I knew about cell phones as a kid is mostly commercials you see on TV. And when I was a kid, I wish I had one of those. They look really cool. They look like gadgets that the spy kids would use. Don't you think? I want to know if Dr. Evil going to appear in the Sprint commercials. That would be kind of cool. Some people claim Austin Powers 4 is going to be made, but what's going to be the story in Austin Powers 4? Is Dr. Evil going to be the protagonist in the movie, or is it going to be Austin Powers versus Dr. Evil? I really don't know. Can you imagine if Minions working for Dr. Evil in the fourth movie? That would be a cool story for a film. And Austin Powers might think, Dr. Evil has Twinkies as his henchmen? That's stupid. And then the minion starts talking to Dr. Evil, and Dr. Evil has no idea what the minion's saying because he's talking gibberish. If Gru and Dr. Evil meet each other, they can shake hands because they both look alike. I know they're different actors, Gru is actually played by the guy from the Office TV show, Steve Carell, and Dr. Evil is played by Mike Myers. Wait, I did not know Mike Myers played Dr. Evil. That's kind of funny, isn't it? That Mike Myers plays a villain, and he also plays Austin Powers, who is the hero of the story. It's like Austin Powers talking to himself. What do you think of the Austin Powers Verizon Wires commercial? Do you like it? Or do you think it's kind of boring and lame? I want to know if Dr. Evil going to appear in another Verizon Wires commercial again, where Dr. Evil is calling on his cell phone, and one of his henchmen is the guy with the glasses. The "Can you hear me now" good guy.